Let's face it, being an adult sucks. If I were to ask you right now why, you might tell me stuff like taxes or increased responsibilities. And I would tell you were wrong. But before we get into why you're wrong, glory be to God and our Lord Jesus Christ, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Now let's get into it. All right, I want you to think back to being a kid. Think about like 8 or 9. What are some of the things that you're doing as an 8 or 9-year-old? You're probably playing outside with the neighborhood kids. You might be playing with dolls or action figures. You're playing make-believe every other day. And what do all of these things have in common? Imagination. The beauty about imagination is that there are no limits. Whatever you think up becomes your reality. Or in other words, there are infinite possibilities. But the funny thing about being a kid is that a lot of times our imagination and reality actually blur together. On one hand, we know 100% that some things are make-believe. But imagination is so ingrained in us that we actually apply imagination to our future. For instance, ask a first grader what they want to be when they grow up. They might say gorilla tamer, a superhero, something probably super improbable. And at face value, this seems absolutely ridiculous. But what if I actually told you they were onto something? To a kid, every option is realistic and valid. And statistically speaking, they're right. Again, imagine you're 9 years old and you have your entire life ahead of you. Think about all of the possibilities that your life can go, all the different paths and possibilities that are there. And before choosing, all of the paths are equally as likely. A, B, and C all have the same probability of occurring, just depending on your choice. But as time goes on and we get older, we actually choose a path. And what this does is it actually limits us from choosing and going down other. And this makes sense. We can't do everything at once. It's impossible to do multiple things at once and go down different paths at the same time. So as we grow and mature, our options and our paths actually decrease as we continue on. And instead, limiting factors are placed upon us, whether it be externally or internally. Some external ones might be society, finances, whatever it may be. Some of us fight off this phenomenon way better than others. These people are known as creatives or have a strong inner child. And these are actually people who fight against all of those limiting factors that are placed upon them. And they actively try to live out as many paths as possible. And it's not easy because it takes concerted effort and time to really try to expand their horizons and actively take time to go down those paths that are different than the one that they chose. But regardless of their efforts, there's only so much that they can do. So yes, you might miss grandma's cookies or playing kickball in the backyard with your friends, but that feeling we get as adults is actually way deeper than that. The nostalgia we feel as adults not only is reminiscent of events that did happen, but also the ones that didn't. And we actually end up mourning something we never had, but was nonetheless real to us. That is the infinite future where all things were possible and alive. So not only is growing up missing the things that did happen, but it's missing the possibilities of the things that could have. But where do we go from here? Are our lives just completely over and should we just chalk it up? Not at all. If we attack every day as a child would, full of imagination and possibilities, we'll be just fine. Don't let your imagination wither away because chances are you'll follow right behind.